Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 101 of the MONG Podcast. My name is Myles K. Farrington. I'm here with my co-host, Adam Leonard.
Hey!
There we go. And Jordan Leffler.
Hi.
All right, a little bit less enthusiasm, but we'll take it.
Oh,
Anyway,
I shoulder shrugged. Isn't that like?
I'm not even looking at the camera right now.
Oh, come on, Miles. You missed my shoulder shrug.
Where? Okay, I just got a tweet. I don't know what it said, but it was from Sean, so I felt I should read it. But it doesn't matter because it's episode 101. Anyway, welcome to the podcast, everyone. If you're new listening, go back and listen to every single one before this. Or if you're not new, then welcome back. So we are currently hiring for Mong. Would you like to handle that one, Jordan?
I would gladly handle that one.
Go for it while I read
We're
this.
hiring. We're hiring. um, I won't read the thing on the website. It's a little lengthy, so we'll just say that we are looking for more writers, content producers. If you want to talk on podcasts, you want to write up articles, news articles, editorials, features, all that stuff. You got ideas, stuff to talk about. If you're a gamer and you like to talk about games, we're the place to be. We love doing those things as well. So go ahead and go to the website. There should be an article on the front page that'll explain basically what it entails and what you need to do in order to apply. It is an unpaid position. Hiring is kind of a loose term with us, but you will, or can, I should say, receive review copies depending on what you want, what you qualify for in order to get one. So we do consider that an incentive for the way that we operate. So that could be cool. Get some free games to review,
Yep.
of course.
Yeah, it's not just free for the sake of getting free stuff.
Right.
But yeah, we're awesome people. You should work with us. I'm interested.
Absolutely. Awesome people who are really itchy.
Yeah. Bad skin is awesome. Anyway, continuing on with the night, what's been going on with you all? Adam, we always start with you, so.
Right. I've been attempting to play through Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I basically got off of working about 9 days straight, so progress hasn't been made as much as I hoped it has. And I am trying to hopefully get it done before Tuesday because there's this little thing coming out on Tuesday called Fallout 4.
Uh,
And then pretty much all of my game calendar gets like swept clean. So, but I'm enjoying Syndicate so far. It took me a little while to get into it, I'll admit, because it's at times with the Assassin's Creed series, it starts to kind of like the sameness starts to wear a little bit because I had this moment where I dove did a leap of faith into a haystack. And I'm like, how many Assassin's Creed games have there been? And do you think we could find something other than a haystack as an excuse to like jump off a building?
Needles.
I don't know though. I mean, is it sort of like a trope now for Assassin's Creed games? Like if you see a haystack, you now know that's a place that you can hide or that's a place that you can leap into.
I mean, I think that's true because I think that's definitely true. It's kind of like a bit of shorthand code now that when you see that, you know what you've got. The characters are probably the two lead characters are probably some of their best lead characters. Because you play as a brother sister duo and they both have very distinctively different personalities, and so that's kind of fun. And
Cool.
the time period's really cool because you get to hang out with people like Charles Dickens and like Karl Marx and stuff.
Cool.
Now, how many
So,
awesome
I mean,
hats? I was gonna say, how many awesome hats does Jacob get? His name's Jacob, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So far he's got like two as far as I've played because he originally started out with kind of like a cabbie hat,
Mm,
but now that he's like a little more classy, he's got a classier outfit. He's got a top hat.
that's a disappointing amount of hats, but I'll take it.
There might be more hats out there, and it's kind of really cool too because like he's got like the hat, right? But
Mm,
then what he does is like when you go into sneaking mode, he like takes off the hat and like pulls over his like hood, and all of a sudden it resembles much more a traditional like assassin's outfit.
oh, where does he put the hat?
yeah, I was just
Well,
gonna say, does he hold on to it or is he like whip it at somebody?
well, it's kind of questionable when you think about it. Because like the cabbie hat, you could explain a way that you could easily tuck that into like your like into the back of your pants or something like that.
Mm,
But I don't know exactly where one does like hide a top hat once they like.
I wish he would either like if he wasn't near anyone, he would just like toss it on the ground, or maybe like just put it on someone else's head, like in a crowd.
then the next quest is going to find your hat again.
Right.
As after every quest, it's go to find your hat.
Go down a dark alley. There's your hat.
Wait, why is it a dark alley? That's weird. I don't like that.
Who knows?
And it's kind of cool because they went a little bit in a different direction with some of like the main weapons. Like Jacob, instead of like a more traditional like sword user, like pretty much every Assassin's Creed character is, he gets to use like brass knuckles. This is like his kind of like signature weapon.
Oh, that's cool.
And then on the other side, Evie does have a sword, but she has like a sword cane that is kind of her primary weapon, and so that's kind of cool and different.
Cool.
Interesting.
So is he like deflecting bullets with his brass knuckles?
There's no bullet deflecting, unfortunately. I think you could dodge bullets, but I don't think you're not like punching bullets out of the air or anything like that.
He has bullet time. He just bullet time to punch bullets.
But yeah, it's definitely a lot better than Unity, that's for sure.
Cool.
Good. I mean, Unity released as an unplayable lie, so if it's not that bad, it's doing great.
And to be fair, when I played Unity was months after the fact, so it was pretty much mostly functioning.
Mhm.
It's still a better game than Unity, even Unity at its full promise.
Yeah, I never played Unity, but I did play Black Flag, and I really enjoyed Black Flag, but I just didn't think the story was any good.
Mhm.
I mean, it was fine. It just wasn't great. It wasn't what I expected from it, especially after threes wasn't like even close. So is this? I mean, is the storyline in it a little bit better now?
No. I mean, it's
We want to save it for the review.
well, like I said, at this point, I'm at this point. I mean, basically, what I'll say is it's a pretty standard Assassin's Creed story. It's like it's like a brother and sister are like, gee, London's under the control of Templars. That's bad. Let's go to London, and then they meet up with like the one like assassin like in London. They're like, we're here to take back London. And he's like, great. Here's how you do it. I mean,
Now,
that's pretty much literally and there's like a shroud of some sort that's got like healing properties and pieces of Eden and blah 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 blah.
Sure. Animus
Um,
fragments.
so luckily, like the time outside of the system is almost nil, which is nice.
now,
You're in like the proper London pretty much the entire time for the most part, except for one really weird twist. But you don't spend much time in like those boring future segments where you just are in the future.
All right. Sounds good.
my last question is slight spoilers. Although it's been years, so I guess if you don't know this yet, you probably don't care about Assassin's Creed. Where are the aliens making an appearance in this one so far?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's all I need to know to know I'm not going to play this. Anyway, Jordan, what have you been up to?
Well, you guys were asking me what I did on Halloween right before we started the show, and I actually, so we watched some scary movies, and then I went upstairs and hung out with some friends to play PT.
Nice.
Because I love that game, and I was with people who had never seen it before, or never experienced it before, and I wanted to get them to play it. They just weren't into it, so they decided to just watch me do it, and we had a good time.
Awesome.
I found that, I mean, I still freaked out at some of the jump scares
Mhm.
because like they happen at seemingly random times. Like they can happen at any point, more or less. I mean, there's a process to the whole thing, but obviously, like if you turn around in a certain area, you're not sure if you're in the right area to turn around for her to get you.
Yeah.
And so it still was enjoyable for me, but I definitely was like powering through it and like saying like to myself like I knew it was coming at least. So
Did you actually manage to get all the way through it as opposed to like the ill-fated stream we tried?
No, I didn't because the night was starting to drag on. I was like, I'm not gonna spend like another 20 minutes trying to figure this thing out. I did get to a point where like the controller vibrated, and I think I was like on the cusp of it, and I may have taken like an extra step and missed it. Yeah, and so I was close, but we just ended up YouTubing it and watching the end.
I
All right, so I've got two more questions. I need some updates about here on your gaming life. Metal Gear Solid yet?
I'm halfway through.
Okay, so are you like on?
I'm on like 21 right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I also want to see if there's any more updates about your wife playing Danganronpa.
She fucking loves that game. I have
Good.
not seen anything else because I want to play through it myself. I don't want any spoilers or anything like that.
Yeah,
But
you don't want to be spoiled.
yeah, she's been playing it like nonstop on her lunch breaks. Like the Vita is basically hers now.
Yeah, that's how it was when I got it. I was totally just sit there every break at work playing it.
Yep.
Nice.
Cool, right on.
Very, very good, gentlemen. Sounds like you all have been having some fun.
How are you? How have you been, Myles?
I don't really want to play anything right now. Like I'm burnt out on Destiny after doing strike after strike after strike.
Wow, I never thought that was gonna happen.
That always happens. It's like 2 months after each DLC, I normally get burnt out. I'm like done for till the next one. All I need to do now is hard mode raid, and I just don't feel like doing that. So I'm at higher light level than probably a lot of people, so I'm good with that right now.
Sure.
And then Binding of Isaac, the DLC is fun, but I don't want to do that either. I
Hmm.
guess I don't want to call myself burnt out on it, but it's just like I'm gonna play it more, and I turn it on every now and then when I get bored, but I don't want to like just sit there and play it for hours anymore. I clearly need a new game. I recovered my BattleNet account today, and hopefully I'll get into the Overwatch beta if they have like more invitations
Cool.
go out. Maybe.
Cool.
Now, will either of you gentlemen be picking up Fallout 4? Is that like an either complete no go or a later type of thing for you?
No, I'm a yes now. I have it pre-ordered. I will be picking it up on Tuesday.
Well, I think I have a treat for the next Twitch stream because I pre-ordered Fallout 4. I pre-ordered the Pip-Boy version of Fallout 4. And I'm
Ooh.
probably not going to get to open it until I'm home, which is right around the podcast. So I'm thinking, as long as Amazon doesn't screw up and doesn't get it to me in time, I think maybe on the next episode we could have our very own unboxing of the collector's edition.
Yes, sir. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Hmm.
sounds good. I
Cool.
condone this. Condone this. Yeah. Anyway, you gentlemen know what else I condone?
What else do you condone,
Oh,
Myles?
news from nowhere. We're not
Sit a
skipping over
while and
anything.
listen.
Yeah. Deckard Kane. I just say my own name. Um. Anyway,
I looked up.
go ahead.
I said I actually looked up who the actor behind Deckard Cain was simply because I thought I'd try and find out if we could get him to record that for us, like how if that would be possible. He's like done like 200 different roles on the database.
Wow, that's
Uh,
surprising.
we should. We're still. I think we should still reach out to him. Just find out.
yeah, have him just record the news.
Yeah.
Like this is Deckard Cain, and this is the news from nowhere.
Yes.
Tom, sit a while. This ad doesn't make sense. So I gonna go on a tangent right quick. I just opened the first story, which is so
Okay.
you all know the PS Plus free games in November, and I'm looking at the background, and it's an ad for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies, and it's all run of the mill on the left side, and on the right side it says 10 cents. That's a good nog, and then it has more information about the bundle. And I'm just slightly confused about why it says that. I
Maybe
don't
you should
understand.
click on it and find out, Myles.
There's nothing to click. Those are like background image stuff that is like part of the ad, but makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, screw it. Bad game anyway. Anyway, so, those of you who are not aware, if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you get free games every month. And the free games of this month are actually kind of interesting for once in a while. So the lineup is for PS4, you can get The Walking Dead Season 2. Don't know why they didn't go Season 1 first or something, but whatever. Magic 2, or Dragon Fin Soup. For PS3, you can get your hands on Mass Effect 2. Do it. Beyond Good and Evil, the HD remix, or remaster. Again. I heard it's good. And Dragon Soup when it's available for the PS3. And last but not least, for Vita, you can get Dragon Soup and Invisibles. So one of those things has the potential of being good. Well, what do you guys think of this lineup? Actually, like I saw it and I was like, wow, this is actually kind of good sounding. Like this is stuff that I actually piques my interest just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I think.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Adam.
You know, you go.
All right. Yeah, I know. So where you think that they should have come out with the Walking Dead season 1, for this month, I played the Walking Dead season 1, and I never played season 2. So for me, this is like a big deal. Like I really appreciate they're giving out the season 2 for this month. Also, they've been really dropping the price on season 1 for a lot of sales. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people picked it up during that. That maybe was the rationale for that. Also, even though I don't have a PS3 anymore, may it rest in peace. I do have a friend who has one, and I'm definitely going to be telling him to get the Beyond Good and Evil, because that's a game that should be played.
And Mass Effect, right?
And Mass Effect? What are you talking about in Mass Effect?
Mass Effect 2 is one of the options for PS3?
Yeah, sure.
All right. You've set your place in my list of people. What about you, Adam? What do you think of this list of free games for the month?
I actually basically all I've got to say is about The Walking Dead. I actually think Sony's being incredibly astute and devious, but that's why they're giving you the second one. So people are like, "Oh, cool, I've got Walking Dead 2, that's free," but I haven't played the first one yet. And they're like, "All right, I'll go buy the first one so I know what's going on in the second one." I think it's intentional.
Probably.
That's very possible. I agree with that. But at the same time, like I said, like it's been on sale for probably the last 3 or 4 sales, and it's pretty cheap if you wanted to go get it now.
Now,
Well, and I just
go ahead, Adam.
Myles.
I was just going to ask, is there a season 3 of Walking Dead? I don't quite know.
No, they did the 400 days though.
Not officially.
Okay. All right.
That was a bridge between 1 and 2.
Right.
Yeah, it hasn't been announced yet. It's assumed that there's a third season. And I'm perfectly okay with making people go back and play 1, because I think 1 really, Walking Dead season 1 is probably Telltale's best game. That game was season 1 was fantastic.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I don't know why I never went for season 2. I think there's just other things coming out at the time, distractions. But yeah, I'm excited by this.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of interested in that Dragon Soup game. I know very little about it, but I know back when I was in high school, they had like just mentioned it, and I was like, that sounds awesome. Now I'm like, I don't know why high school me liked it, but there had to have been a reason. Now I get it for free.
What is this game now?
It is. Give me like 2 seconds to pull up a synopsis about it, because I really don't remember.
Okay.
Dragon Fin Soup.
Alright, so it's an action role-playing game. Action role-playing game created by the development studio Grim Bros. I believe I heard Colin Moriarty compare it to another free game that came out, and its name was something I don't remember. It was on Vita, Moon something. I don't remember. It was another RPG, of course. From what I'm seeing in the screenshot, it looks like it has some strategy elements going on. That's not really a good descriptor, but that's what I'm seeing.
Well, it's coming out on everything, so somebody's gonna get it.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. A role-playing game with roguelike qualities and graphics inspired by the Super Nintendo. I don't see that because the graphics look like something that'll burn a Super Nintendo from the inside out, but whatever. That's just me.
Inspired, Myles. Everything's inspired by the Super Nintendo.
That's crap. Anyway, let's move on to the next piece of news. Free games. You know all about them now.
Well, here's a little bit that I thought was kind of a fun piece.
You skip
Bethesda's
Adam.
gonna be. Oh, it's supposed to be Adam. God damn it!
It's in there in order too.
I know.
I think maybe I just need to be moved. I just should probably be moved to the third slot because it just seems like that is like Jordan's
I don't know
biological
why.
imperative.
I
He's
don't
got to
know
get that
why.
second slot.
I love following Myles, I guess.
Yeah. Like,
Okay. Are we making this official? Is Adam becoming the third?
No, Adam, go. I'm gonna
Okay.
learn. I'm gonna learn.
Okay. All right. Well, good news was there was a lot of hubbub recently that over the fact that Sony's saying that they weren't going to be making any more games for the Vita, but a Sony exec has confirmed that they are actually still making games for the PlayStation Vita. Despite prior statements from Sony claiming first-party development for Vita has ceased, it appears the company plans to continue making games for its handheld device after all. I've been pretty honest in saying our focus has shifted to PS4 and PlayStation VR. It's not like we don't have any development at all. Sony Worldwide Studios president Shuhei Yoshida told GameSpot at Paris Games Week, "We do it, or we do, but our focus is on the PS4 and the PlayStation VR, and we are happy to see third parties and indies support it." Yoshida was then asked whether or not he sees a future for the platform beyond 2016, to which he replied, "Yeah, I do, but we have to see. Nowadays, still people are excited and using the Vita very frequently. It's a great portable gaming system. As long as there's a demand, why not?"
Good. Good. I bought my Vita and now I get more games. Yes.
I love my Vita. I still think people are freaking out over this too much because I kind of think the core experience of the Vita really isn't the first person, like those first party games. I mean, there's certainly some really great first party games, like the Uncharted game, Tearaway, Freedom Wars. But I mean, really, the games I associate most strongly with the Vita are games like, Danganronpa and Persona, games that were made by outside studios, and like little indie games like Rogue Legacy, which were, made by indie studios.
Mhm.
So I think people are a little bit too freaked out over the fact that Sony's not making any games for it because I really never felt like the strength of the Vita came from the games that Sony was making. It was all those games that were coming from overseas and from indie studios.
I guess.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think that also a lot of the games that are gonna be coming out for Vita are also coming out for like PlayStation 4. And so to say that they're still developing games for the Vita is true, but at the same time, like it's kind of, I'm sure there are gonna be a lot of games that are coming out for Vita that aren't coming out for PS4, but there are a lot of games that are coming out for both platforms.
Mhm.
Yep.
And so it's a little devious, but.
Just a little bit, a little tricky, but I can understand people's alarm, I guess, because I guess they see it as even if the library wasn't mainly made of first party titles, they probably see it as well. If the first party isn't supporting their own system, then why will third parties keep supporting it? Which is probably not correct because I mean third parties seem to be really excited about the Vita PlayStation experience, and of course that's a wholly biased, event that's going on. It was great, but it was really biased for PlayStation because it was PlayStation experience. But it did seem like the Vita had a lot of support. So unless next PlayStation experience comes out and they're like, hey, all those third parties they canceled everything, I'm not going to worry about it. As long as I still get severed, I'll be happy.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I mean,
don't.
just this week, I think we got. Oh, go ahead.
I
I
was
was
just
just
gonna
gonna
say
say just
I
this
don't
week.
see that happening. Go ahead, Adam. That's all I had to say.
And I was just gonna say that even just this week, we got a new Zero Escape title announced. So there's definitely still fairly interesting stuff
Yep, yep.
being produced for it.
Is that coming out for just Vita?
Let's take a look at the article.
I would imagine it's probably coming out for DS. That's the other ones came out for DS as well.
Yeah, it might be coming out for 3DS.
I don't know. I mean, I don't see the argument where third-party developers are going to drop out just because first-party developers are. For a couple of reasons. Number one, the games that are already in development are already in development. They're not just going to drop it because they think that the first-party development is no longer there. They've already invested money. They're already looking for money. They know how much money they're going to be making on on the Vita platform, regardless of first-party support. So there's that. I also think that it's not super dependent on that. Vita's never really been super dependent on that, and so that's kind of where it is.
Which is a sound review from someone who understands more. I guess the general. I'm not gonna say zeitgeist because I don't even completely understand what that word means. I generally understand what that word means. But just like the general gamer, like casuals, they probably don't understand everything. They're like,
Well, I don't think they're picking up Vitas for the most part.
That is also probably true.
Yeah.
Well, that might be why they're like, yeah, first party's not supporting it. It's gonna die in a month. What are these red flashing lights in my OBS? Anyway, you just ready to finally give Jordan his moment to shine.
Well, hang on, Adam. So did you find out if Zero Escape's coming out for anything other than Vita?
3DS.
Okay. All right. So other news from
Hello?
Shuhei Yoshida.
Yeah.
We've got Sony's Yoshida. We don't know if we can ever change PSN IDs. Changing your PSN ID might not even be possible. This is according to an IGN article, which I think is slightly misleading. But it says, talking to fans via PlayStation France's official Twitter account, PlayStation boss Shuhei Yoshida admitted that though the company knows such a feature would be welcomed, he's unsure it can even be done. And there's a tweet in French that I'm not even going to attempt. When asked if the feature would ever come to PSN, Yoshida said in a video response, "I wish I know. We are aware lots of people are asking for the feature and our engineers have been looking into what they can do. As soon as we know, you know. We let you know, but as of today, we don't even know if we can ever do it. Hopefully, we'll be able to provide that feature in the future." I don't know. I mean, I think that for the most part, this is going to happen at some point. And I think that they're being honest about this. I don't think they're really trying to set us up for a surprise or anything like that. It's just kind of, we're working on it. Like, that's kind of the blanket answer. Like, they're being asked and they're answering the question as honestly as they can. Like, they just aren't aware of what's possible yet.
See, I'm on the other side. I hope that they're lying to our faces right now, and at PSX, yes, PlayStation Experience, I said that right. At PSX, Shuhei Yoshida is just going to come on stage. It's going to be like the whole conference, just change PlayStation names. And he's not going to drop the mic. He's just going to chuck at the first kid in the first row that he sees. Dude just gets knocked out, gets back up, cheers, goes back down, has a stroke or something. I don't know. It's going to be a
Gets to
powerful
change his name for free or something.
Yeah. Has a mic imprint on his forehead for the rest of his life.
I don't know. I think it's coming. I think it's going to happen. I just don't know if they even know if it's possible at this point. Like, I mean, I think they know it's possible. I just think they don't know when it's going to happen.
Well, soon.
I definitely want it to happen, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like for personal reasons, I think I would probably change my PSN username.
So you're not 1-0 away from being homophobe.
Yeah, I get mistaken for homophobe like all the fucking time.
Oh man.
Yeah, my reasoning isn't nearly as good, but if you look underneath my name, you see how it says Furious Milk and it says Infuriated Yogurt? I use one of those everywhere I'm at, and it's Furious Milk. And I don't know why I put in Infuriated Yogurt for PlayStation. It kind of annoys me at this point, actually.
I luckily am pretty content with my ID. I hope other people can change theirs, because I know people want to do it, but I think mine's probably going to stay right where it's at.
Well,
ain't you fancy then?
I don't know, Adam, do you think this is a head fake, or do you think that they're being honest?
I think it's probably a head fake, because I mean, I don't understand I don't understand all the the technicalities behind it, but can't you change your ID name on Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Xbox,
well, how
Steam.
hard is it for you to do it for on PlayStation?
They're different systems, unfortunately, from what I understand. The PlayStation Network is like a fucking mess. I
Uh,
mean, I'm sure not surprising to anyone who actually plays PlayStation games or like utilizes the PlayStation Network in the past. It's gone down for somebody sneezing on it.
hey,
So
Or for months?
right,
to be fair, recently they haven't had any unexpected outages.
That's true.
no, it's true. But I mean, they've been behind on certain things, and like they've just um, put band-aids on it instead of actually overhauling the system, which is what it really needs.
For some reason, you said that, and I just imagine the PS4 just like gushing blood, and they're just like, "Hey, there you go, blood just spurting out from around it." Just, I'm still not okay, and they're like, "Nope, go on, go play some Naughty
It would
Dogs."
probably be more the PS3 than the PS4.
Yeah, you're right. It would be. PS3 was a. I had that for a while. I did not enjoy the online capabilities at all.
That's
Oh,
fair.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, hopefully name changes will happen, so I can become Furious Milk once more. I am become Furious Milk. Um, So, the next story we're covering is a video, and I don't want that in our video, the audio from it. So I'm just going to tell you essentially what I remember from the video. It's a trailer for the continuation of Five Nights at Freddy's, which is Five Nights at Freddy's World. Um, and it's going to be a giant departure from what we're used to in this jump scare, not that great of a game bonanza. Have you all seen the trailer?
No.
No.
So it looks like Mr. You have to open the thing just for like a few seconds so I can get his name because I've completely forgotten it. Mr. Scott Cawthon, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's and also a really weird Bible game back in the day. Hey, it's a true fact. Go look it up. He is taking the game in the direction of a role playing game, which was
Huh.
very surprising to me. It looks very Final Fantasy VII esque in terms of like there's an overworld where you walk around and junk. The combat is turn based, and you're not fighting the animatronics. You're playing as the animatronics.
So
Um,
what are you fighting?
God, they were like, I'm just gonna open the video and turn down the sound. I was like not paying attention to the enemies. I was just like dumbfounded by what I was seeing. You're
Look like
fighting,
robots.
yeah, robots and like more basic animatronics. It looks like. So you're like punching down to the others. But yeah, like your characters you get to play as like Foxy, Chica. It actually at the end of the trailer it says it's starring, and I'm pretty sure it lists every animatronic that you ever got killed by in the games. So this is kind of interesting. I think the only name I don't see is Golden Freddy.
I'm
Uh,
watching it right now. I'm not seeing Golden Freddy yet.
No, I didn't see Golden Freddy. And there's this freakish, another all kind of freakish, but there's like they took Mangle and made it even worse, apparently. Um, but yeah, I'm this is the first time I've been like remotely interested in Five Nights at Freddy's beyond just the lore. Because I'll admit the lore is kind of interesting, but that video, I was like, that game, I'm not gonna play it, but I kind of want to know what the dark, horrible twist is at the end. Because if you look at the game, it's got a lot of poppy, fun, not scary at all graphics. Like there's like flower fields in the backgrounds, the sun in the sky. It's really bright and shiny, and you're fighting with the robots, but they're not like I don't know ripping each other's hearts out or anything. But I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it. Like this is their shared hell or limbo. All the kids that were shoved in suits, and this is just like what they do when they're not killing people. What do you guys think of this departure from the original playstyle? I guess.
You pretty much said it. Like this is like the first time I've been like remotely interested in possibly playing a Five Nights at Freddy game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna definitely have to watch this trailer. It's kind of weird. As you were talking about this, I was kind of thinking about it. I'm kind of surprised that neither Sony nor Microsoft have never snapped up the rights to put those games on their consoles.
This is a strong point. I Maybe it's because it would be kind of annoying to map those controls, but that probably wouldn't be that big of a hurdle, especially not for the
But they're like
touchpad.
they're so popular where they'd be kind of a bit of a coup for whatever whichever of the two consoles got the ability to put that on their store.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Maybe Cawthorn just doesn't, or Cawthon just doesn't want his games on their consoles. I don't know. Maybe
Maybe he
they
doesn't
have
want to
them.
take the time to
Sniper.
port them.
That is also a thing because I think he's a one-man team, right?
Yep.
Yep. Unless they
Um,
gave it out.
I still have no interest in playing these games.
Now, I thought your original disinterest was because it was a little bit scary, a little bit jump scary.
Yeah, that is the original disinterest, and the current disinterest is I've not seen anything in that trailer that
Oh, yeah.
shows anything that's different from any other turn-based strategy game. It's just kind of
Let's be honest, it looks a little bit worse than most turn-based strategy games.
yeah. Well, it's true.
But yeah, it's
Dude, they're attacking people with cupcakes. That's wonderful.
yeah,
It is
wonderful.
wonderful, but it's not enough for me to be that interested in it.
Wonderful until
Especially
you
in a
find.
PC game. I'm not a big PC game player.
Now just wait until you find out that the cherries on top of the cupcakes are actually children's eyes. There you go.
It's actually what? Sorry.
Children's eyes.
Children's eyes. Yeah, that's probably likely.
Yep, yep. I don't know. I don't know how this guy got from making a, a Bible game to Five Nights at Freddy's with the lore it has. It's awful. It's horrifying. But anyway, yeah. So now people know Five Nights at Freddy's is going to be an RPG turn-based. If someone says it to you, you know they're not lying to you. So yeah, let's continue on with the news, gentlemen.
Adam, did you have something you wanted to do?
Yeah. Bad news, everybody. Konami confirms that they're shutting down Kojima Productions' Los Angeles studio. Konami confirmed the closure of development studio Konami Los Angeles Studios, previously known as Kojima Productions Los Angeles, in a statement that was sent out today. Konami has made the decision to close its Los Angeles studio effective immediately due to the product development resources being restructured to a more centralized unit. This facility contributed to the most recent Metal Gear Solid games. Konami will continue its operations to support all Metal Gear Solid titles, including the recently launched Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain and Metal Gear Online. Metal Gear Online is scheduled to release for PC Steam in January 2016.
I am
That's too bad.
shocked and awed.
And your sarcasm is
But,
palpable.
hey, Kojima's still with Konami, though. He's just on vacation.
He's on vacation, you guys. He's in Tahiti.
Mm-hmm.
I want all of this nonsense to just please end soon.
I don't know what else they can do now. It's kind of it now, right?
Nope. No, they're gonna burn his house down next. I don't know. It's I keep thinking that's it. Like when they said he left and PT was canceled, I was like, oh okay, that's a shame, but that's it. And they're like, no, he's back. I'm like, oh, okay. And it's now we're taking his name off Metal Gear Solid. I'm like, you guys seem like teenagers in a relationship who
Right?
are constantly just I hate you. Now I'm loving you and with more than the sun. And I'm just shut up. Just shut up. Go reconcile your differences and don't come out of the closet until you know exactly what's happening.
There's further they could go, I suppose. I mean, they could, completely destroy Snake. They could make, Metal Gear Solid 6, where, Snake has to be, the Tooth Fairy and go around hugging people. Well, and he's, voiced by Gilbert Gottfried.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's true. They could do those things. I think financially it wouldn't be a sound decision, but then again, Konami's, basically.
Yeah, to be fair.
Konami's a dumpster fire. So yeah.
I really hope somehow Myles' quote makes it on the next Konami game. It's game of the year, 10 out of 10. And Konami is a dumpster fire. Bot Farrington from the
Oh
Nightmare
god.
Game.
even if the game was like a massive success and they just put it on there to spite me, I would still laugh really hard.
All the games, not even just one game, Miles. It's gonna be every game now.
From now on,
Every
just
game.
dumpster fire. Oh God.
Okay, so this is like as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by my co-hosts. Bethesda is teaming up with Jones Soda for Nuka-Cola Quantum Soda. Fallout 4 developer Bethesda has teamed up with Jones Soda Company to produce Nuka-Cola Quantum, available exclusively at Target, also known as Target Boutique. The official Fallout Twitter account tweeted the announcement along with an image featuring the bottled neon blue soda, which will be available November 10th, the same day Fallout 4 releases. Raise your AP, grab hashtag Fallout 4 and at Jones Soda Co. Nuka-Cola Quantum, exclusively available at Target on 11/10. Pick Twitter, blah, 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 blah. Nuka-Cola Quantum is the more rare variant version of the iconic soda featured in the Fallout series. It is habit-forming in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, unlike the standard Nuka-Cola soda. Jones Soda Company is a soda manufacturer specializing in unique flavors with pure cane sugar. The Nuka-Cola Quantum flavor is likely just a repackaged berry lemonade, which is the same neon blue color. I'm surprised that they don't actually know what flavor it's going to be. It is not clear if this will be a limited release like the recently revealed Fallout craft beer exclusive to the UK. I'm guessing it's going to be a limited release. I would just want to know if it's going to like glow. Like I want it to glow.
I'm looking at my schedule to know if I will be near Target on that day. Because I saw this news and I did not give a crap about it. Because I'm like, oh, new cola soda, that makes so much sense. I don't really care. And then you said it was made by Jones Soda, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get me a few bottles of that now because Jones Soda is delicious. Okay, I'm not working that day.
I want it to be nuked. I want it to be like, have like the radiation in it like it's supposed to.
So you want
I
to die?
glow.
Is that what
I
you're
want it
saying?
to glow. I'm not gonna drink it. I want it to glow.
Okay. Adam, are you gonna get you some Nuka-Cola?
Of course.
Yeah, really? Are you guys actually gonna go get it?
Yes. Jones
Of
Soda is
course.
amazing. This gives me more reason to drink it.
I had
You
to
know,
like I had to, good.
if I found it, I'd probably buy it, but I'm not gonna go out and get it.
There's a Target
Why
like
can't I
that's
be
really.
drinking Nuka-Cola while playing?
With your Pip-Boy.
Oh yeah, the Pip-Boy will be there too. I'll probably bring it to the store with me.
Oh god. But yes,
Two
like
weeks 2 weeks after Fallout 4 comes out, like you have your Pip-Boy and it's like just sticky with quantum Nuka-Cola.
that's
Yeah.
gross. That's really gross. But yeah, for once in my lifetime, I might buy like 3 of these to drink 2 and save 1. Not to
Like
sell it later.
three bottles or 3 cases.
Are they gonna be in cases or bottles? I know normally
My
Jones is like in 6-packs or yeah,
my
6-packs.
guess it would be in like a 4-pack or a 6-pack or something like that.
Oh, then yeah, I'll buy 1 case and drink all but 1 and put the 1 somewhere and then drink it on a weekday where I'm like really thirsty and I don't have anything else.
See,
I'll
if it
save the
doesn't
bottle.
glow, you should get a light and put it underneath it and then have it glowing and it's a big decoration.
I will. I'll get a nice case for it too. Oh, alright, gents. The news from nowhere is going back to nowhere. I don't have a good segue for that. But we're going to a thought from nowhere. Get excited, get hyped. Hide your kids, hide your wife, and your babies. I don't know. So, our thought from nowhere this week was submitted by one Jordan Loeffler.
Well,
Loeffler?
it's pronounced Loeffler.
Loeffler, okay.
Yeah,
Loeffler. Let's go with that one.
that's probably
Put a little
pretty
spin
accurate.
on it just in case. Of course, we're talking about Jordan Loeffler, not anyone else. Games Against the Grain was the title he picked. I really like that title. Pick a game that you love or thoroughly enjoyed in the past, but was not critically acclaimed, either because it was lost in the vast sea of game releases at the time, or was generally thought to be a bad game. So we're going to let Mr. Loeffler start us off since it's his title.
So, a couple of games came to mind for this one. There's one that was actually bad. So I'm just gonna give the 2 and then focus on the third one. So Prince of Persia, the 8 version,
Mm.
like the cell shaded one,
Mm.
was a game that actually I was expecting to like take off because I really enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was had an interesting take on death. Like the character never actually died. There was a companion with you the entire time. She like saved you. It was kind of um, a companion game like before Bioshock Infinite came out or before The Last of Us came out. There's a companion who was just like helpful for you at all times and like couldn't die or anything like that. She was just, you know, handy to have around. It was a really pretty game. I really enjoyed it. Another game that I really liked was Super Monkey Ball for the GameCube. Um, I don't know how popular that game actually was, but I had never heard of it before, and I've never spoken to anyone about that game before. It had a lot of Dole advertisements throughout the entire thing, like bananas all had Dole on them. It was fun though. It was kind of like a pinball game where you would like have to do puzzles and like balance and stuff like that. Lastly, and this is the one that was actually bad. When I was a kid, I was really into um, what was it? NFL Blitz, NFL Blitz 2000 specifically.
Mm.
And I really liked it because I thought it was fun that your characters could like start on fire if they were doing really well. And on top of that, after plays, you'd be able to just like tackle other players and like just go berserk on them. Like that was really the fun part, is just like going nuts on other players, like 'cause you were angry about how to played out or something like that.
Mm.
And I never really got into Madden or anything like that, so it was mostly just those games and like how ridiculous it was. Like there were basically no rules besides get the ball past the end zone. Um, so when Blitz the League 2 came out for the PlayStation 3, I jumped at the opportunity to get a more extreme version of Blitz 2000.
Mm.
Um, and uh, I loved that game because I would play it with my friends. Like we just play through the campaign like 2 or 3 times in one night, basically, and just like create the most ridiculous teams, the most ridiculous like main character. Like you had a franchise character that you were creating.
Mm.
My favorite name that we gave our character was Sticky Spooner, and the team name was the Tijuana Goose Shits. Like it's just
Wow.
teenagers doing stupid things and having fun with it.
Mm.
The best part of the game was that, like I said, there are no rules in Blitz for the most part, besides very basic football rules. So like there are no penalties for anything.
Mm.
Um, you would just literally try to hurt other players. And like you could break their bones and like give them skull contusions, like just all sorts of terrible things. And like you would get like the X-ray vision, like having like you see like their bones exploding and like blood going everywhere. It was really over the top. Um, but like the game was super flawed. Like there were certain things like whenever there'd be an instant replay, um, it would look wrong. Like it would just be wrong. Like if there was an interception or something, and
Mm.
you wanted to see the instant replay, you could do the instant replay, but it wouldn't show that an interception had occurred. Just so like somebody got past the first yard line, and then or first down line, and then like you would go back to the regular game, and it would revert to what it did in the instant replay. The game would just be broken in certain places. Like stupid things would happen like that.
Mm.
And really, for the most part, I think it was the last Blitz game that came out because it just was not very critically well received. So that was my favorite pick.
I can get with that. I also had Blitz for the PlayStation. It was ridiculous. Yeah. So Adam, what are you thinking? What's your worst game? Worst best game?
Oh, this is tough. I'm gonna probably have to throw out several too because I've got three that are kind of differing. So okay, so one is like not so much a bad game, but a game that I thought was really lost in the shuffle of a very busy year. Um, it was actually, I'm pretty sure, my game of the year last year, and that's Valiant Hearts: The Great War. Basically Ubisoft said like, hey, we want to do this like little indie puzzler game that takes place during World War One,
Mm.
and it's this kind of incredible interactive history lesson about exactly how awful World War One was, and it was really kind of beautiful and emotionally moving, and just like a really, I think, a game that was really more important than it got credit for, because like they basically found a way to educate you about history in an entertaining manner and really kind of speak to it. Also, it was like a very like one of the a very rare war game that focused on how bad war is and wasn't focused on glorified, like, shooting the bad guys. It was kind of focused more on how just like how bad, how pointless the war, like, World War One was. It was a really fantastic game. I certainly tried to champion it when we were doing our like awards, our awards, end of the year awards for Middle of Nowhere Gaming. Kind of got
Hmm.
lost in like, kind of got lost in the shuffle against, more recognizable games like Dragon Age Inquisition and stuff like that, and Far Cry 4. So that one I thought deserved more attention from the gaming community on exactly how important of a game I thought that was, because I think they were doing something that really hadn't been done before. One that's lost to time. Have either of you guys ever played the Sega game Eternal Champions?
I'm
Mm-mm.
gonna have to Google that.
It was kind of an alternative to Mortal Kombat. It was like this fighting game series that lasted for all of two games. Two games on the Sega. It had a game on the Sega and the game on the Sega CD, and it's a fighting game in which all of these people have been gathered together, and they come from all different points of history, tied by the common theme that all of them were unfairly killed before their prime.
Hmm.
And so basically now they're brought into this tournament with whoever wins the tournament gets to come back and like basically write their death essentially.
Mm.
And it was kind of cool because it was, like I said, it was following the footsteps of Mortal Kombat. It didn't have straight fatalities per se, but it had these really cool stage fatalities. Like if you defeated somebody and threw them into the right area or did your last hit in the right area, like the stage would kill them.
Hmm.
Like for instance, one of
Cool.
the characters was a guy who was burned as a witch, and so his stage is like Salem, and you could like knock the bonfire at the end of this if you like hit them in the right place. Like a really cool game, and it had a really interesting lore, and the characters were all really fascinating because they were like, like I said, you had like a witch, and you had like a caveman, you had like a merman from like Atlanta, you had like a cat burglar, you had like a cyborg like kickboxer, and so it's just like this really eclectic group of people with interesting backstories.
Cool.
Oh.
Um, and lastly, I'll go with something that I think that's unintentional creative genius. My friend turned me on to the game 50 Cent Blood and Sand. And it's like it's quite unintentionally like the greatest game ever, because basically it's like a third person shooter, and the 50 Cent, and you're like playing a concert in like the Middle East, and like the concert promoter can't afford to pay you in cash, so he gives you a jewel, like a diamond encrusted skull. This woman steals from you, and so basically you go on this game long rampage where you get like semi-automatic weapons and like take an entire skull back.
Yep.
God.
At one point, like the line of dialogue is 50 Cent says, "Bitch took my skull."
Oh god.
It's really like for like the sheer comedy value. It's like it actually plays pretty well. It's not actually a badly put together game, but just the fact that you're playing as like 50 Cent fighting international terrorists in the Middle East is like by far like the best concept for a video game ever.
That's awesome.
No, no.
Yeah, no,
I
it sounds like just stupid fun. I mean, like that, and that's kind of what I was going for with this topic. Was just
Right.
like what games are generally pretty bad. Like if you think about them, or if you look at reviews, like they're not good games, but actually were just fun. Like you just had a good time playing.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Right.
Um
And it's definitely good for a laugh.
Now I only have one pick because it's a game I've touted for a very long time, and I've tried to get my friends to play it. I've mentioned it on this podcast many times before. Gotcha Force. That game I found out recently, earlier today, got like a 53 on Metacritic, and
Oof.
I understand why, because it's a children's game, so the storyline is not very good. The voice acting is, I'm pretty sure they were all children, so it's not good at all. But I just enjoy that game so much that like I acknowledged those things as I was playing it. Like the final boss sounds like a 5-year-old, and I acknowledged that. I remember just sitting here in my room, and it was dark, and I was playing through the game. I remember thinking, just like, God, he sounds stupid. Oh God, I gotta kill him though. Gotta kill him. Gotta beat the final boss. And like I just enjoyed the game so much. Just like all the options of characters I could play as, all the team compositions I could make. Even though all of them had one character on it that I pretty much like. If all the other ones died, it just became him and me just spamming the same attack to survive. Um, so like I completely understand why the game got bad reviews, but still it holds a special place in my heart. And I know one viewer we used to have, if he's still not viewing, sent in viewer mail about it. And you know it's just one of those games like GameCube. I bought that game at least twice. I think I like had it once and enjoyed it thoroughly, but then I beat it and I was like, okay, I need to get another game, so I traded it in. And then like a few months later, I was like on a desperate search to find it. Just like I was just looking for it. I'm like, where is this game? I need to buy it back because I need it in my life again. Um, but yeah,
So this is the Wikipedia description of this game because I've never heard of it.
gotcha first, sir.
It's Gotcha Force, not to be confused with G-Force Guardians of Space. Let's just
Mm-hmm.
be clear about that. Gotcha Force is a fighting / third-person shooter video game developed and published by Capcom for the Nintendo GameCube in 2003. The game consists primarily of collecting small toys called Gotcha Borgs
Mm-hmm.
and battling with them. Upon its initial release, the game received mediocre reviews from critics and very little advertising. Due to these circumstances, it was not commercially successful, although it has gained a cult following with numerous fans such as Myles.
Yep. So yeah, like if they released another one of those, I would definitely buy whatever system it was on and play that again. It's it's not as serious as Pokemon because Pokemon's just been there my whole life, but it is one of those games that's just like I remember that as such a fond point in my life, and just even remember having so much fun with that game that I would definitely spend some money to have that again. I would never play the original again because I don't like playing games on old systems, but if they
Hmm.
made a new one, I'm all on it. I'm all over it.
If they re-released it, would you? Like if it was
Mm.
on a current gen system, but it was the same game.
Oh god, a lot of the fun in that game was from multiplayer, like going competitively head to head. So that is a good question. I don't think I would, simply because like I don't. All the friends I used to play games with, like couch co-op and couch competitive, I don't see them anymore. So you know, it's like I don't know if it would be if I would do that, but just like a straight up new one with maybe more solid voice acting. Don't really need a
No, but
great
that's
story.
that's the glory of it, Miles, is how terrible the voice acting is. It's why it's a bad game, but you love it anyways. You love it regardless.
See, nostalgia is one thing, but I went back and played Mortal Kombat 2, which is my favorite game of all time because it got me into gaming, and I hate that game now. That is an awful game now. But yeah, that's just me. I am very nostalgic until I get my hands on what I'm nostalgic over, and then I'm like, I'm disgusted that you used to like this.
If you have even the inkling that you're nostalgic about something, never touch it again.
Exactly. That's why I don't have any long-standing relationships.
Oh,
Anyway, I'm kidding. Um, so, gentlemen, we are 1 minute
Yes.
from this being episode 101.
the Dalmatian episode.
What? Oh, 101 Dalmatians. Okay. And no, I'm not giving you any accolades for that. That was awful. All right. So, everyone who came and viewed with us, we appreciate it. Everyone who's listening to us on a podcast or watching the video, we appreciate you as well. This has been episode 101 of the MONG Podcast. So we record on Tuesday night and technically into Wednesday morning. So it's Wednesday morning. I'll be releasing this. We'll be getting out later this morning, probably around 1 or 2, um, probably 1. Um, you can email us your thoughts from nowhere as well as anything else, any questions you have to ask us or whatever to excuse me, contact.mong@gmail.com. You can find our Mong Twitter account at mong.com. Dot is spelled out, so you know don't be looking for a period in there. Also, because I think that You can't have periods in your Twitter names, as far as I know.
Sounds right.
Yeah, you can find us on YouTube at Mong Network or, excuse me again, Middle Nowhere Gaming Plays. Our Twitch channel, if you're not here live with us right now, is Mong Plays. You should come view us live, be a part of the conversation that is going to happen when you're here because we love you and you'll be the life of the party. Um, you know, join us live, ask your questions, give us more stuff to talk about. You can also find us on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram. Just look for Mong. As I always say, we're probably the least offensive Mong you can find. Maybe, unless there's like a little baby that's named Mong and it's the cutest thing in the world or something. Check out our website, middlenorgaming.com. That's the home. That's where you can find
I
all
hope
our.
nobody named their kid Mong.
I also hope that because that would be an awful name. Um, but yeah, on our home website you can find everything you would expect: editorials, news, reviews, beautiful faces, information on everybody that writes for us. You can also find applications there to write for us, so you should do that because we're awesome and we'd like to work with you. On top of that, if you want to be awesome and help us keep the lights on, awesomely, because I'm just going to keep saying awesome for the rest of this podcast, you can help find us or help fund us on our awesome Patreon, where we'll be awesomely happy to see you as an awesome supporter. So, you can find me at Furious Milk, and I'm awesome. I make some okay tweets. You can find Adam at Adam at.
Fanboy underscore Adam.
There we go. And you can find Jordan at.
Fanboy underscore Adam.
Oh, oh, what
No,
happened?
no, not no.
No. You can find Jordan at.
JL underscore Fleur.
There we go. We're having some awesome technical problems, but that's what's life without technical problems that are awesome, right?
Maybe if
Freaking
you go to our
awesome.
awesome Patreon page, we'll be able to afford more awesome technology.
There we go. Awesome. Awesome what you just said there. Awesome. Anyway, it's been great hanging out with you folks. I'm going to go edit and produce and then go to bed because I need to sleep. Awesome. Awesome.
Everything is awesome.
We don't want to
Everything
get
is great
trademarked.
when part of a team.
Hey, stop that.
Team.
I'm pretty sure they have like trademarks on that. Or copyright. Copyright. That's
Yeah,
what
we're
I'm
gonna
looking
get
for.
taken off of YouTube again.
Yeah. YouTube. Get your
Jerks.
crap together.
Good jerk face.
We still haven't signed off, by the way.
It's all right. Just gonna look at YouTube for a second here. You know what you
We'll
did.
just keep on going until 102. We can just week straight.
Oh, okay. I was going to say 102. I'm not doing this for another hour. uh,
All right. Well, it was nice seeing all y'all.
yeah, yeah. It
All
was
right.
awesome seeing you awesome people. Awesome.